I can't deal with that now.
Hello everybody, today we are going to be looking at Kingdom Ultra Magnus. So this is a Wave 2 figure in Kingdom, and I've actually been without an Ultra Magnus in my collection. I did not feel like getting the Siege version, and I really wanted something that could more so fit in with Studio Series 86. And so I ended up ordering Kingdom Magnus off of Amazon, and he's been on and off as far as availability goes there. He was available this week for a short time. I think he might still be up there. But anyways, today I'm just going to be unboxing the figure. I'm not going to be reviewing it. Just going to kind of go over it really quick, give my initial thoughts, first impressions, and maybe do a few size comparisons. So we're just kind of going to skim through it. But anyways, let's crack them open. Got my trusty knife here. Let's open them up.
Open! Damn it, open!
Get a nice view from the top, I guess. That is a lot of plastic ties. That is going to be a little annoying. So let's take them out. As per standard Kingdom packaging, he does come in this cardboard tray. Very nice design. The gold metal texture. His instruction booklet. Very nice. I do like the green on the packaging and the instructions, because for Siege, I believe it was red and purple depending on the faction, and then Earthrise was more of a teal turquoise blue color. So I do like this green. It's a very interesting change. And then here is Magnus himself. So, just from here, I don't see any paint flaws. I don't see any major issues with my particular copy. He looks okay so far. He does look very chunky so far. He does look very chunky and good, as I kind of guessed he'd be from seeing initial reviews. Over the past 2 days, I haven't watched any reviews of him just because I kind of want to have a fresh idea in my mind so I can just kind of think of it with my own thoughts instead of basing it off of what other people think of him. There has been a lot of flack for this figure. Some people hate it because it's just a retool. I personally like this figure a lot. I believe, even though some of the truck mode is flawed, I do believe it's a better figure than Siege. So, I guess let's get all these ties off. I'm not going to film that part, probably because you just don't want to watch me cutting plastic ties. So, he looks very good. So, this is fresh out of the box. I just now tore off all those insufferable plastic ties, and now here he is. So, with all Kingdom figures, you do get these foil cards. I think he only has actually one Destiny in this wave, so it is the same card as the one I had before. So that's okay. I can always just use the sticker or give it to someone else, but that's not what we're here for. Here is the main man himself. Here is Magnus. He looks very good, very faithfully accurate to the movie, at least from the waist up. The shins are a little iffy. They do look a little cleaner than the Siege version, which is nice. Unfortunately, these bits on the side are not painted blue like they were on the Siege version, but I don't mind. Something I did not notice, and I had no knowledge of with either of the molds, was the feet. So the feet are kind of angled at a tilt, and it's separate from the articulation. They're molded at a slant, so it's very interesting. You have to have him in kind of standing poses where he has like an A pose with his legs. It's the only way you can really stand him. That would be kind of a minor complaint for me, because if you have him standing straight up, he can be as tall as he can be. But it's just a minor complaint. It's nothing too big. As far as the appearance, like I've said, I love it. It looks very good. The blue is a nice, deep, rich blue. The white is stark. It's clean. And the red is painted. It looks very nice. Overall, looks very good. First impressions, I say they're very positive. Now, to adjust the kibble, he is very chunky. He's got kind of a dump truck back there, I'm not gonna lie. Magnus looking kind of thick. That's just the cab of the truck. It's okay. It's not something I'm too overly mad about. It's nothing I'm gonna critique too much. I know a lot of people bash on figures for certain things, but it's not like you're gonna just position him on the shelf like this. It's not like you're gonna position him with his butt facing you. There's no point in that. So I don't really. Plus, the silhouette from the side isn't that bad. At least it's a flight from here. Okay, it looks good. I believe it looks good. He does have light piping, which is very nice. It's a little hard for it to work properly. Let's see here. I can't really fit him in the frame completely. There's his goggles, which look very nice. That's one complaint I did have with the Siege version, is that he had these weird, just normal eyes. I'm used to the goggles, and I know a lot of people might prefer that look because they like the Netflix show, but I always liked the goggle look. It made him look more unique. So he does come with his blaster and his 2 shoulder cannons. The shoulder cannons are a new mold completely from the Siege version. They're a little bit more accurate. And the gun is the same, though it's picked out in a darker silver compared to the original, which was more of a bright silver. Now, mostly what separates this from the Siege version would be the chest, the shoulders, and the head. That is all completely new. The shoulder pylons are a bit more clean looking. They have less panel lines. They look a little bit more Sunbow design. And then the chest has the correct windows and the red squares. So the chest that came on the Siege version was a little bit more based on the original G1 toy, but this chest is a little bit more based on the TV show and movie. Now at this point, it's kind of becoming a review, so I might as well wrap it up soon. So I'm going to show you a few size comparisons and then a quick review of his vehicle mode. So here is Magnus, and here is Netflix Optimus Prime. As you can see there, Magnus is a little taller than him. He is a leader class, though he's not quite old leader class size. He still does stand quite tall over Prime, which looks very nice. I think that's a very good size comparison. He doesn't need to be too tall. And then here for another leader size, this is more of a correct size leader, I guess you'd say, is Studio Series 86 Grimlock. So as you can see, he actually almost towers over him. His shoulders meet the height of the top of the shoulder pylons. So they're both pretty big. Grimlock is very good size. I'm very excited for Slag to come out. So let's take a look back at Magnus. So I'm going to transform him up into his tiny mode, his tiny little robot mode. And here is the core robot, the base white Prime mode. So overall, I do like it. I know a lot of people complain about how chunky it is. They call it fat. I mean, I do see that it is a bit wider than the Siege version. I do like this more, though. I do like the more faithful Optimus Prime chest windows. Overall, I do like the white color a lot more. The other one was more of a milky white. This is more of a clean white. The blue does look nice. I did like the blue on the Siege better, though. The blue on the Siege was metallic. So I'm going to do a quick comparison here with Netflix Prime again. Let's bring him in. So as you can see, they are built rather differently, though they do have the same core basic Optimus Prime details that an Optimus Prime needs to have, such as the leg vents, the crotch design, the chest windows, the ears, smokestacks, arrows on the arms, you know, the usual. So he's basically the same height as Earthrise, so that's good. You know, they need to be around the same size considering they're based on the same design mostly. He does kind of have like gorilla arms. That's just because he needs to have armor on him, so he needs to look bigger. Here they are with Grimlock again. As you can see, Voyager size core robot, and then compared to a leader class. So let's put all of this junk on him and turn him into... So here's the alt mode, car carrier. Now, there is some weird things about it, and it's just a few little nitpicks. So to address the hand issue, I did do the fix that a lot of people do, where they just wrap the gauntlets around the hands, and that actually makes the silhouette of it look much better. It flows into the alt mode, into the trailer, the car carrier a lot better, and that looks very nice. These kind of blocky bits with the pins are still a little ugly, but it's okay. Now, a somewhat major minor complaint I do have would be the smokestacks. Now, this is an issue that the Siege had, where for some reason the smokestacks are in the middle of the truck, which is odd because normally they'd be on the back right here, or they'd be on the sides. Now, it doesn't make it look that bad. It just look a little silly. It almost looks like it has little tiny rabbit ears on the front of the truck. Ultra rabbit, if you want to call it that. And from the side, it does look okay. You can fit Bumblebee or Cliff Jumper in there, a mini bot. That's about it. And then on top here, you could fit some. But other than that, he doesn't function that well. A lot of people just bash on him, but he does look okay. I think he's a somewhat proper Ultra Magnus for your collection. Now, this is something I don't like so much. This up here, this is kind of ugly. Just this section. Because this is what becomes the Ultra Magnus form chest. The windows here, those are I guess fine, but I do not like these hollow gaps here and over here. This is a worrisome thing right here. This is thin, clear, translucent blue plastic. It's painted red, but just be careful with that, because all sorts of thin, clear plastic is very prone to breakage, so just be very careful with that. On the back here, you just get his leg vents and his feet doing some weird position, but that's how it transforms. The shoulder pylons go down there. And from the front, he looks very good. I do like that clear plastic. It looks very nice. And the little Autobot logo right there. I do wish the bumper was red to kind of differentiate the color more, to break it up a little and be a little more accurate to the movie. So it does look fine. So overall, this is a good figure. I'd rate it probably an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. I know I might be being a little generous, but seeing as I've never had any Ultra Magnus before, this is very cool. I do like the idea of the suit up Prime. I know a lot of people don't like that. They'd wish it just transformed into the larger robot, but I'm okay with it. I think the function is really cool. Now, you can't store his gun wherever, on the back here if you want to, but that's about it. So, that was my, I guess, review. It was a little bit lengthy for an unboxing. I know I said it wasn't a review, it was just an unboxing. Just going to skim over a few things, but I kind of went more into detail than I thought I was going to. So you might as well call this a review. Thank you guys for watching. If you want any more of these style of videos, this is not something I'm used to doing. So if you notice I'm kind of stuttering or I'm talking strangely, it's just kind of not used to this format of video. So let me know if you want more of these type of videos, or if you want more of my edits or whatever. Just suggest something, because I run out of video ideas really easily. So if you want to see a review for maybe Grimlock or Netflix Prime or someone else, Jetfire, I do have Siege Jetfire, then just drop a suggestion in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. You don't have to if you don't want to.